Okay, you guys, we are back with another banging video. In this video, we're going to talk about Khloe Kardashian getting praised by the internet for being an amazing mom. Let's talk about it, shall we? Now, as you guys know, I've always said this. I said Khloe is going to be the most outstanding mother out of all the Kardashians, and it really didn't take any magician to figure it out, and I believe that you guys could see that from the start. Many of us were nervous that we were going to see Thompson, going down the path of a Northwest Penelope, and I said no, because True has a Jamaican dad, and it doesn't matter their upbringing, they are strict. The only time they give you a bit of leniency is when you're at the age of 16 years old. Like the things that North is now doing with the piercings, and True will never be able to do that once Tristan is alive. And it's not just on Tristan's end. We have to also give Khloe what is due to her. Khloe is an amazing human being, and no one can take that from her. She is light, and she is probably the only light in the Kardashian family. She's empathetic. She's a people person. She just articulates differently. Like Khloe get it. She gets the real world, and she's brutally honest. And I love that about Khloe. Her honesty, it is so refreshing, and that is why she's my favorite Kardashian. She's extremely honest, okay? Now, saying that to say this, I'm not saying the girl is perfect. None of us are perfect, okay? Because every time I say that Khloe is an amazing person, I know there are a few people with a few points, and I believe that we all see things from different lenses, and that's okay, right? But also, guys, while you're at it, remember to thumbs up this video, subscribe. When you subscribe, turn on your notification bell. Now, let's get back to what I was saying, right? Because also with Khloe, I believe what has set the tone for Khloe to be an amazing parent is that the moment her father died, she really never had a parent. She never had a parent, and she was looking up to Bruce, and she loved Bruce, and she respected Bruce. But when Bruce was transitioning from Bruce to Caitlyn, and Khloe asked Bruce, but what about me? What about my feelings? And Bruce looked at her like, what about you? He never acknowledged Khloe as his daughter. Khloe saying, I'm your daughter too, because, when Bruce got involved with, krisjenner, Khloe was the youngest, because remember that Kendall and Kylie never came into the picture as yet. And Khloe was the one who bonded the least with her father because she was the youngest. So to Khloe, Bruce was her dad. And I remember when Bruce said that to Khloe, it went viral. And even the internet, when you hear Wendy Williams chimed in on it, and Wendy said when she saw that clip, it cut her like a knife, and she wasn't Khloe. And Wendy said Khloe is going to have relationship problems because of that, because her father left her early, and what Bruce said to her, he shouldn't have said that to her, because he needs to realize that he's literally the only thing that Khloe knows as a father, right? So I believe that, with everything that Khloe has experienced, that is what makes her the amazing human being that she is. And if you guys can also remember, Khloe said that her first time she had sex, she was 14, a child, and she said the person was much older, and she said it was a horrific experience for her. And I said, normally, parents with that experience, because Khloe told us the story when she was young, she was out there. Kris really didn't care about those kids, and Kendall told her, you guys, I shared the clip with you when Kendall was telling her that she was in the backyard doing weed. She was upstairs having sex, and Kris was like, Where was I? And Kendall was like, you were right here. You were done raising us. You didn't care, you know? So Khloe had to basically raise herself, right? And Kourtney had to help raise her siblings. And when you see Kourtney even getting tired and overexhausted with the family, you have to bear with her because she had to be the mother, leaving college, skipping days from school just to come home and be the parent because Kris was extremely immature. It's just no, Kris is kinda mature, kinda, because if it's to chug it at a party at as old as Krisjenner is, she's gonna chug it, right? But back to my point, Khloe is an amazing human being. She's an amazing mom, and the internet is praising her because she's saying that, you know, her daughter True is about to reach the magical age of 12, and she's saying that she's gonna, you know, get True a cell phone. But irrespective of the fact that she's gonna get her daughter a cell phone, she's saying that her daughter will still not have any access to the internet. You know, she has her podcast and she shares a lot with us. And the clip is going viral on social media. And everyone is praising Khloe for that statement. So let's take a look at that clip together, shall we? And then I'll get back with the rest of my commentary.
True's golden birthday is the 12th, so April 12th. So I told her we can discuss her getting a phone on her 12th birthday. That doesn't mean she'll get social media. That means she gets a phone. I don't think kids should have social media until, I would love 16, 17, but a phone we're discussing on her 12th birthday.
So guys, there you have it. Khloe telling us that her daughter is about to reach the magical age of 12 years old, and she's going to get her first cell phone. And she's saying that even though True is going to get her first cell phone, True will still not have access to the internet. And we rarely see parents like these days. People, no longer have many people no longer have limitations on what their child consume. But with Khloe has that limitation as to what her child consumes, how her child dresses, how she speaks, her mannerism. Khloe plays some mind games with True that I'm not necessarily in agreement with, but a part of me can understand it when she says that True believes that, she's married to her father. I think that is a setup for the child, but also it is kind of telling another story of Khloe truly hasn't given up on Tristan, because how are you going to tell the child that you're not married? You're going to wait until she's 16, because True is about to become 12 and she's going to start putting 1 and 2 together. So what are you going to do at that point? So a part of me saying, I think Khloe may have intentions to marry Tristan, because it was last year that I heard that Khloe was looking at having another child with Tristan through surrogacy. She's not going to put that strain on her body because she is doing a lot of tests, and she has to do like some annual tests, some monthly tests, because they keep tracking her system for skin cancer because of that lymphoma. I shared a clip with you guys wherein they did the skin test, but they were supposed to do the scalp test, like basically cut a piece of her scalp and send it in for analysis, and they forgot that portion, and she shared with us that she had to go in for that. So she's being proactive because she has had lymphoma, twice, and as such she's being as proactive as she can. So I don't think she's going to put her body in that strain of becoming pregnant again, because pregnancy does a lot to the body. So I've learned that she wants to have another child with Tristan through surrogacy, and I believe, because if you're going to tell your child that, hey, mommy and daddy are married, we're together, we're one family, and that is what she wants a child to believe, then at what point are you going to break her heart to tell her that's not a possibility? So as such, I believe she's going to marry Tristan, and when she does, she's going to let us know that she did it for her kids and not for herself, because she still hasn't moved on. And because she hasn't moved on and she is not comfortable with moving on, she's gonna marry to Tristan just for the sake of the kids. And I believe that if they get married, I do believe they're gonna stay married for quite a few years. I believe that marriage may be the longest marriage we see from the Krisjenner clan, but at the same time, I don't think it's gonna last. Because if you look at the Krisjenners, as I've said to you guys, you can tell that they've joined the Hollywood covenant, where they have basically traded love for money and fame. And normally when you do that, that's just how the cookie crumbles. You get love, but the love is not permanent. But I do believe that everyone is deserving of love, and it would be good to see them settling down and having the happily ever after. But, that's just my opinion. I could be wrong. So I believe that time will tell if Khloe and Tristan will get married, and if and when they decide to get married, is it going to last? Will it last? I believe time will tell us that. But that's all I have to share with you guys for this video. Khloe basically saying that True is going to get her first cell phone, and irrespective of the fact that it's her first cell phone, she will not have access to the internet, and the internet has been cheering her on. They have been cheering Khloe on. They believe that she is an amazing parent and the best out of all the Krisjenners, and they believe that Tristanthompson is, one of the only ones who are being cultured as a child. And I think this is why Rob trusts Khloe with Dream Kardashian so much. Rob would never trust Kim Kardashian with Dream. He would never. That's for a fact. He would never trust Kim with Dream. But let me know what you guys think. Leave your comments below, and we're gonna talk some more in the comment section. Peace.